You're on now, though.
Welcome to Cloud Dancer Speaks. Well, folks, I trust you all enjoyed Halloween with the ghouls and the goblins and all the rest of it. What a wonderful celebration. We did great over here too. We had a fabulous time. Now, we're getting near the mad season, the crazy season, the season of the lunatics. You know, where you put up those wumpy tree thingies with dangly things on them. You know, here it's not so bad. I get, the dragon comes out and puts up the tree and hangs things on it and gets it.
Just like the moron.
You have to excuse my glasses, it just keeps out, the sun's very bright and I don't like a lot of bright light on my eyes because I'm photosensitive. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it, right? Well, what am I going to talk about? He says, with great anticipation. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to talk about. And that's about the hidden site. We're talking about the Order of the Dragon.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, well, in this case I do. Because a lot of you have progressed to such a degree. Very soon now it will be the finals. But every person will go through a testing. Whether you get through that testing is up to you. Those that don't will fall off by the wayside. Those who persevere through it will end up being members of the order and be on the first grade. So I thought, normally I don't mention anything about that on this site, but I thought it was important that I did. Well, we had a great time. I've been out shopping for the Queen in there. She's very quiet today. Have you noticed that, folks? She's gone very quiet. It's because I told her off. She trembles when I tell her off. Because she's very bold.
I don't think so. It's the other way round. You stubborn article.
See? And then I got people coming on site calling me the jester. I'm not the jester, I'm the serious one. Well, kind of. Hey. Well, as I said, it's getting near the silly season, where everyone is trying to get money together to spend for Christmas. Those with young families I feel for, and I thought it should go out to them. Because
They'll be going to what, loan sharks?
yeah, well, I mean, they're struggling and striving to get toys and things for their children. And in the UK and America, I understand things are getting pretty hard. I did have quite an amusing situation that one of our friends is saving up and going over to New York. When's she going over to New York, love? For Christmas. So we advised...
Her daughter over there.
Oh yeah, that's right, her daughter's over there. We advised her to get the flippers and the wetsuit and maybe a rubber boat. Oh, I know, I'm making fun of it, but it was tragic what has occurred. But I forecast this a long time ago. But this is only what first of the tragedies.
It was meant to happen.
Oh, it was meant to happen. Was it 2 years I forecast this, wasn't it?
Yeah.
2 years ago. Unfortunately, with these prophetic visions, I do not like. I don't want to see tragedy and misery. I want to see happy faces. People who are joyous. Now, there was one other thing I wanted to mention. A lot of people, hair. I wonder where that came from. They're talking about ascension. Of ascending to Earth 2 on the dreaded date of this year.
The 21st.
The 21st. This will not happen. Get it into your heads. It happens slowly. Everything happens very slowly.
At its own time.
Eh?
At its own time.
What'd she say to me?
At their own time.
Yes. Everything has a time. And if the time is not right, it won't happen. But a lot of changes will occur, and it's gradual. It's not going to be click and you've got it. It's a gradual process. I know tragedy has hit America. But remember, those who have crossed over, they're happy and joyous and full of life. Now, why do I say full of life? Because their death it does not exist as such. Meanwhile, those that are left on the earth blubber and cry and gnashing of teeth and sad and wearing black. Why? I will explain why. Funerals are usually celebrations for the living, for those who are left, not for those who have crossed over. They're quite happy. For those who are left. And it's important to remember that. There's going to be a lot of trials. There's going to be, how can I explain it to you? It'd be like looking through a dark tunnel and you don't seem to be getting anywhere. And this is the trial. And when you go through these trials, you draw close to your companion. I was asked, how can I pamper my companion when I cannot see him? Close your bloody eyes and use your internal senses. Use your third eye. Then you wouldn't see him. At times, because of my blood pressure, my eyesight goes. I have to use my internal sight, my third eye, to guide me around. So it is as in now, when you're communicating with spirit beings, for want of a better word, you have to use your third eye. It's the only way you can do it. There are many worlds out there. There's Corderia, there's Imani, there's Clusania, many, many different worlds that we can travel to. Now, those who are familiar with the Tree of Life will remember that you're coming from Malkuth to Kether. And when you get to Kether, where are you again? At Malkuth, and you get to Kether. When you get to that Kether, you're at Malkuth and you get to Kether. Ad infinitum. Now, within each one of these spheres of the Tree of Life, there are literally hundreds and hundreds of astral planes. So, if you think about this mathematically, you'll find you cannot even begin to put a figure on how many astral planes there are. What I do, I have my own favourites that I go to, and I go to these, and I find it's a damn sight lot easier than trying to memorise all these bloody astral planes, which you can't. I usually, Tiphereth is my usual sphere that I go to. Within that sphere there are many, many different astral planes. So it doesn't stop. Hawkins mathematically worked out there are millions and millions of dimensions. Now we're talking about dimensions here. We're not talking about astral planes. There is a difference. A dimension means a different set of things happen on each dimension. Like maybe in one dimension, Adolf Hitler ruled the world. In another dimension, someone else ruled it. Another load of precepts come into force. And so on. There are multi-dimensions. How can I explain this to you? If you're looking at an atom through an electron microscope, or better still, if you bring your size to the size of that atom, like you're sitting on an atom, like you're living on an atom, this big sphere, and it's whirring around this sun called a nucleus. And you look up and you see stars. Are you looking at stars, or are you looking at another load of atoms? If you're looking at another load of atoms, it could be another man sitting on another sphere, looking up, thinking, what's all those stars? Are they stars or are they atoms? There are so many dimensions, it's impossible to realize that. So when you're looking in that electron microscope, you're looking at a central nuclei and something's whizzing around it. Are you looking at an atomic structure, or are you looking at another world?
14 minutes have passed, Doug.
Thank you. It's a point that you should consider. You're all doing wonderfully well. Goofball, sorry, Dark Raven one is very pleased with you all, as I am. Thank you for all your kind thoughts. They are much appreciated. So get out there, get your shopping baskets, get your wallets in your pocket and get out and start fishing around for Christmas presents.
And spend all your money.
And spend all your money. And don't forget us poor hardship ones over here.
15 minutes have now passed
together and he's nagging me. Namaste. Om Shanti.